How much you spend on Grab delivery?
1,000 per month. Inclusive of
Right now it's about 7. Yeah, about 7.
And Ridhwan, you have like 8 siblings.
Yes.
Hi everyone, welcome to KOPI GONG! So today we're going to talk about inflation. And you know, inflation is rising globally. And Singaporeans are actually facing pressure of handling a rising cost of living. And the question here is, how are we able to manage this rising cost of living by making the right choice of living?
So for this episode, it is proudly sponsored by MyRica Coffee. And today we'll be giving away 20 packets of MyRica Coffee. So simply just like and share our video and stand yourself a chance to win a bag of MyRica Coffee. Alright, and MyRica Coffee, your choice.
Nice.
Alright, so today, right, we have a very fun guest today. Oh, he's actually the first runner-up of S-Pop.
Yeah.
A big congratulations to you, Ridhwan, because you are S-Pop Wave first runner-up!
Thank you.
Welcome, Ridhwan!
Hello, hi.
Can you sing one line?
现场
Sing now.
Yeah, now.
偏偏这通过你爱的那颗定心，张开双手，变成翅膀守护你。
Yeah, okay, so that's Ridhwan. So Ridhwan, today we asked you here, right, because we want to ask you to share with us what are some things that you noticed that prices have increased over time.
For me, myself, I stay alone. But for the rent, I believe there was a bit of an adjustment also in the price because of the electrical bills.
Yes.
Okay, I guess I got no choice but to work harder.
Pretty prominent to see like these changes, right? What about her?
I think for me, it will be the petrol.
Oh, petrol.
Petrol cost. Because recently I got a car, and then that time when I first did my first full tank, right, it was like $100. Okay, then afterwards, I think few days back I went to pump my petrol again, and then I only pump like, I think half tank, and it's $80.
It's like, wow, full tank was 100 last time. Half tank was 80.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is the second reason I don't want a car. Really.
That's why I think you take Grab also cheaper than you have a car.
Yeah. Did you realize that eggs in the grocery stores, the prices have increased?
What's the difference between the prices now?
I think last time was about one tray. Like
okay.
5-ish, like I think 5-ish. Right now it's about 7. Yeah, about 7-ish.
I was hoping like maybe $1. That's almost $2.
Yes. And that's why like people are more aware, they take notice of the prices. For example, like the eggs, your vegetables, your coffee. There are reasons to it of why like we are facing a rising cost of living, because I mean, for example, our oil prices, right, will increase because of the war between Ukraine and Russia, right, and also we have a tighter borders because of the COVID, right. So to import things, it's actually a little bit more tricky, more difficult, and we have to bear higher freight charges to import them. And also because Singapore is a small country, so we are a price taker. We lack a little bit of the negotiation power. And of course, because we are really a small country as compared to a global market. So in order to import a lot of things, right, if we put us on a global scale, we are actually pretty small quantity. And because of that, we have to bear the higher freight charges as well. So to import things is a little bit tricky. And that's why everything of this contributes to what we are facing right now. Yeah, but I believe that by making the right choice of living, we can actually, help to adjust ourselves to this rising cost of living. And Sarah, you have an article to share.
Yeah, okay, recently I saw an article about a family with 8 children, so total a family of 10. They spent $300 on food 1 week. Only $300. And Ridhwan, you have like 8 siblings.
Yes.
So I think this is quite similar to your
I
case.
would say back then when I was like staying with my family, I didn't come from a very fortunate background, so it was a low-income family, and then we had a lot of mouths to feed. So I think it is still possible, but there is a lot of determination and a lot of like changes and restriction you have to endure.
You probably have to save a lot on yourself, right, to be able to like provide the best for your family. But kudos, I think it's really possible, and I mean kudos to the family Of course, the family who have like 8 packs, 10 packs in total, and they still manage to to be able to plan out a $300 per week on food to feed the 10 packs. And I believe that this are also by choice that they make. They probably skip like cafe coffees and then they opt for like coffee shop coffee.
Cook at home food.
Yeah, home food. And coffee shop coffee. Talking about coffee shop coffee, recently I went to a food fair coffee shop, right? Then I was prepared to pay $2 for my kopi or kosong peng. Then the auntie say, $1 only there. Huh? I was like, wow. We also have an exciting news because food fair for the entire May, right? The coffee is at 50 cents only.
Wow.
Yeah. Per cup.
Wow. I wish I was not caffeine sensitive. I don't drink coffee.
Oh man! You probably see me camping for the 50 cents coffee sometimes.
So on average, right, how much you spend on
Grab delivery?
1,000 per month, inclusive of the transport, and also like sometimes I do like Grab Express. It's like one app you do so many things. So 1,000.
But 1,000 inclusive of transportation
and food.
I think for the transportation wise, it's considered very affordable already as compared to driving a car.
Owning your own car. I believe. I mean, like owning a car is really very expensive.
It can range from about 15k to about 20k for 1 year.
No, but in a month. In a month means it's around
in a month, if you petrol, if like for mine, $100 times, maybe I need to pump like 3 or 4 times, so I say average $400. Then you still got your insurance, your road tax.
So like all this like costs to own a car is definitely way higher than taking a
public transport
or a Grab. But of course, if you have time, just take the public transport. It really makes a difference. Because there was 1 month I did an experiment. So I take like private transport, like your Grab and all that, right? And then after that, right, I switch it up for the entire month. I a bit more disciplined, but it really takes a lot of discipline to get up way earlier to take a public transport, especially when we have call times at 7 a.m. And then you were like, today I will aim to get out of the house at 5:30 a.m. just to take a public transport. It requires a lot of discipline. But I tell you what, it saves you a lot of money by taking public transport. As compared, if you public transport, private, and a car, definitely a car is the extreme end, right? But then if you compare your public transport and private transport, right? The public transport, if you take it for a month, right? Do you know you save so much, like almost like double. Yeah. Sometimes when we talk about like, oh my gosh, everything is getting so expensive, how do we like live our life like that? I mean, we can also live our life like making like changes to our lifestyle. And of course, I also heard like, things like aircon. You know that 25 degrees Celsius is like the best like degree Celsius to save on your electricity bills.
Your one set how much?
Your aircon.
My aircon? I normally set to 19. 25 is my sweet.
Wait, no, it's the optimal.
Then you set how much?
28. I know both of them.
28 is
I think you just don't need you.
It's the fresh air and the ventilation.
You can just on the fan.
On the fan, ventilate.
Also can.
You can oscillate, ventilate.
It makes a whole lot of difference if your aircon is at 25 degrees Celsius or maybe 24, 23. But when you heat like 22 and below, right? Wow, your electricity bills are a higher jump.
Alright, so now let's take a short commercial break.
Hi, welcome back. So today we talk on the topic of a rising cost of living and how we can manage this rising cost of living by making the right choice of living. So today we have Ridhwan over here.
Hello.
She sang beautifully just now. We enjoyed that few seconds. And also he's sharing also. So right now we are going to have a very interesting question.
Alright, so I saw online, right, that a lot of people is complaining about the rising cost of living, right? And they are blaming it on the GST as the main cost. So what do you think about it?
Wow, GST. Okay, I heard about this because right now our GST is 7%. But in 2023, it's going to go about 8%. And then in 2024, it's going to be like full-fledged 9%. So everyone was like, our stuff is really so expensive. Like with the increased 2% of GST, is even going to hit us harder.
Yeah.
But have you noticed that if you put us on a global scale, right? You know, our global crude oil, the past 1 year, it has increased like almost 100%.
I think for this one, I can relate.
And then for our global food cost, it increased by 20.7%. Alright. And then our consumer price index increased by 2.3%. So if you put us on a global scale, with a GST increase of 2%, it's almost negligible. It is not the main cost of the entire rising cost of living.
Yeah, and GST is also consumption tax, which taxpayer can control their spending, and then they can manage it within their means. So if they don't spend too much, right, actually this GST doesn't have much impact on them, as it has minimal effect.
I agree. So if you are able to make the right choice by choosing the way of living, for example, choosing your food fare coffee as compared to cafe coffee sometimes.
Take public transport.
Yeah, then it will help you to actually, like, GST has minimal impact, on this. So we talk about saving it for short term plans. What about long term? In a long term view, how are the both of you think of fighting against a rising cost of living?
I think for me, I will do some investment.
Wow, all professional. Give her a close up. Thank you.
Investment.
Yeah. I agree. You got to invest in plans that can fight inflation rates.
Like endowment plans, retirement plans, saving plans. Or you can even put it in CPF because the percentage is about 2.5
to 6.5%. I mean, if you're very lazy to do your research, you can just put it into the CPF.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you, Ridhwan?
For me, I think upgrading skills. So I always try to keep up. Certain market maybe they cannot increase your pay, but then you can find a way to upgrade your skills so you can increase your earning power. Like for instance, upgrading skills. Remember my mom, right? She has been a housewife, but she also want to upgrade her skills so she can have certain opportunities out there. So she use there's this credit. Then she learns how to
future credits, right?
And then she learn how to massage. And then hey, come, let me try. Then there will be I remember she said, come, I need the test, the physical test. I need you to come over to my center and then do the massage. So it is nice to see that people who they have an opportunity to learn, and learning is great. Learning is good for the mind and good for the pocket and good for inflation.
I love that entire, the short form, summarized version. But I do agree that you can actually find ways, to increase your earning power. You're a freelancer, maybe freelance institution if you have, the skills to actually add on to your portfolio as well. I mean, it's also good for you because all the time you're studying new stuff as well. Yeah, and the most important thing, if you make the right choice of living, you definitely be able to manage the rising cost of living. So that's all for today's episode. Wow, we are so thankful. Ridhwan make it so lighthearted, and we were so worried it's gonna be is it
because
serious topic?
So serious.
But we got Ridhwan here.
I'm quite serious.
Your face is not serious. So once again, we would like to thank our sponsor for today, Miracle Coffee, for sponsoring this episode. And today we'll be giving away 20 packets of Miracle Coffee. So simply just like and share our video and stand yourself a chance to win a bag of Miracle Coffee. And Miracle Coffee, your choice.
I love Tiara's tagline.
Can you say it? Miracle Coffee, your choice.
Miracle Coffee, your choice.
Yeah!
Well, if you love our content, remember to go to Sure Boh Facebook page and turn on your notification button, and we will greet you with more content then. And we'll see you next time. Bye!
Thank you, everyone! Bye-bye!
Thank you.